If you are under the age of 18 and watching this video, please stop now. This video content is not intended for you. Hi everyone, it's Veronica and I am here with the third installment of my Try It Tuesday series. This is a series in which I am taking my crafty bucket list and trying some of the things that I have on my list. I have invited anyone who wants to participate to do so. If you do, please use the hashtag Try It Tuesday with Veronica. I have done, I think, 2 updates, and in those updates, I give you the video links to all of the crafters who have participated thus far. So please make sure that you check them out and see what they created, what they wanted to try out. And it could be some things that you may want to try as well. But before I begin with today's project, I wanted to give a shout out to 2 other crafters who came along and tried it. The first one is Anita. She is a Grin Designs, and she used that Lawn Fawn Woodland Critters die set. When I tell you those were the cutest cards, they were simply adorable. And I am ready to pull my set out because that was just amazing. And she used a lot of scraps by creating those cards. And she was creating cards to give to an organization, I think it was. So she got a lot accomplished doing that. And the second person is Tammy, who is SS Crafter 1. And I call her Tammy Shabbylicious Sims. When I tell you her project was so super shabby, she did a tag flip. She had never done one before and really wanted to create one. And she used some unusual elements in her tag flip. She actually put a pillow box in it. So you have to check that out. Both links will be in the description box. And I also have a playlist in which I have everyone's videos in as well. So make sure you check it out. All right, on to today's products that I used. I used this May Made It Easter stamp set. And I used He Lives. And this one and that one. I used this coffee bean stencil. And this came from Gina Marie Designs. I use this Tim Holtz die, and I know it's not Christmas, but when I bought this, I had a specific reason for buying it. I used the Gina Marie Designs 3 Crosses die set. And I needed a sun ray. I did not have a die. I did not have a stencil, so I created my own. I consulted Mr. Google, who gave me a wide variety to choose from, and then I created my stencil from there. I used this blending set. The other pieces are not in here, and those are the pieces that I used for my project because I washed them. I used this blending tool, some of this chunky glitter, and that came from the Target Dollar Spot. I use this Copic marker, and this one is Y17 Golden Yellow. And the inks that I used, and if you looked at my title, you'll see why I have so many. The Memento Tuxedo Black, the Walnut Stain Distress ink, and the oxides are carved pumpkin, gathered twigs, and squeezed lemonade. All right, and then I used some archival inks. I used the Carnation Red and the Vermilion, the Pink Peony, and these Mementos, New Sprout, and Cottage Ivy. And I certainly hope that did not open up and hit my floor. Okay, it did not. Ooh, ink would have been everywhere. Okay, now I am playing with inks in this episode, and I have never done the ink blending. The closest that I came to it was at Expo last year, and I actually had to text Shantae to ask her what was the technique that we did because I totally forgot. And we used Ken Oliver powders and added water. And these are the ones that they did and gave us, which are really pretty. And this paper is nice. And then we had the opportunity to do some ourselves. And this stamp set was the freebie in the class, and it is a very nice stamp set. But that's the closest that I had come to playing around with inks like that. So this was my first attempt. And you see this is a hot mess right in there and here. But again, a first attempt, so I was not to be defeated. And I tried it again because there was a card that I wanted to create with this design. So this is how that turned out. And my second attempt was much better. I am so loving this card, and I did create it for a friend of mine. She asked me to do an Easter card for her, and I know it's not Easter anymore, but Easter is not just one day out of the year. It's a lifestyle. So at any rate, this is the card. That was my homemade stencil I used. That's that Gina Marie die. And this is that chunky glitter. I did not use sequins because I have to mail this card, so I didn't want any lumps, bumps, or anything in the envelope because I'm not going in the post office at this point. I just do a drive-by by the outside mailboxes and keep it moving. So I have to know that one postage stamp is going to work. But this is the card. And then inside is where I use the other sentiments. All right. So that's the card that's going to be mailed off. But I think that turned out so cute. Now the one that I had seen, the inspiration card, is much more elaborate than this one. But for a first attempt, I thought it was pretty good. I only used 2 colors, and I think that one had probably 3 colors, but I'm not ready for that yet. So that's my first one. And then this one I thought turned out really, really, really cute. I am so proud of how this stencil turned out with the coffee beans. I think I did some nice blending on here. So I just did this on a sheet of cardstock. So whenever I want to do something with it, it's ready to go. And let me say, like the old folks say, paper got a heap to do with it. Using that Recollections paper, didn't work. And this was some cardstock that was purchased from our local scrapbooking store. And this is some really heavy, nice paper. So that's how that one turned out. And then for my last one, this is where that Christmas poinsettia came in. When I bought that poinsettia and looked at it, I said, I want to play with ink. So this is how the paper turned out for the leaves using those 2 inks I showed you, which I thought was really pretty. And this is the die cut. So that's how those leaves would look. So you either fussy cut these out or you leave as is and just lay your paper on top of your colored paper. I thought that turned out so cute. And this is the main piece. Let me move these so it won't be distracting. Which I did not intend to do the die cut out of this because I really liked the blending on here. This is the one that I did the first time. This is what I intended to cut the die out of, but I grabbed the wrong one. But they both are cute, but I really, really like that one. And then I just cut it out in white. to show you what that would look like. Which still, because there's, you know, the lighter part here. I really like this. And what was interesting, when I was checking email on my little break time, I had gotten an email from Simon Says Stamp talking about inking. And they had a little demonstration video. But that's how that one turned out. So these are my attempts, first attempts at playing with inks and blending. And I really had a good time doing this. And I will be trying it again because it's not perfected, of course, not doing it the first time. But I have a very good idea of what I should be doing and how it's to be done and what the result should look like for me. All right. Thank you all so much for stopping by and watching. Welcome to all my new subscribers. And again, I will have links to Anita's and Tammy's videos in the description box, so make sure you check those out. And I am looking forward to creations from anybody who wants to participate. There's only one more Tuesday left after this one, and then I will be done for a while doing the videos anyway. All right, thanks guys. Happy crafting.